This fall, Bill Cosby returns to television with something new, own unique style.
You gonna be in there long?
Norton Furniture is here for you. Now.
Blow it up now, give it a whack. Turn up the fun with Balzac. Hit it.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must
31
interrupt this
Grammy.
show.
Later,
you know what it is. Hey, ham solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's turn how we do. Hey. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. 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 Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull the shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you on red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you Red Fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a Matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blitz. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we gone. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say
I don't feel like waiting anymore. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right. Anyways, if you can't, just let me know. Or if you're hearing wind at all, let me know. Okay? My air conditioning went out a couple days ago, and it's been hot as hell in here. It's been absolutely hot. And yeah, it's pretty tough. So I've changed up the format. Looks a little different. Got the whole background of what we're talking about just on the screen. You know? Just so you guys can keep up with the topics. In case, I mean, half the time we're off topic anyways, so what does it matter? I don't know where Loke is. I don't know where Matt is. I mean, I think Loke said that he couldn't make it for some reason. I don't even remember why. It's none of my business. I don't really care. Matt, I don't know where he is. I don't care. It's all right. We're going to continue the conversation. We're going to continue talking. I might do more of this format. I really like doing this. I just been lazy as shit, to be honest. I haven't been doing anything. I got a new job that I'm going to be starting, which like I posted that on Twitter that I got a new job. I'm really happy with the job that I got. There's a lot of opportunity in this job that I got. I'm excited. And it's in technology, which is stuff that I like. So, it's a dub. But we got some stuff to talk about today. Hopefully y'all are doing good. Fuzzy Tomato, I see you in the chat. Thanks for sliding. Appreciate it. We got some stuff to talk about, though, today. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't. Poison Maniac, what's crack? Yeah, I know you. I think you congratulated me as well. Poison Maniac on Twitter. He says right here. Oh, isn't that cool? You know what? I'm just going to move my face to the other damn side. That's going to drive me insane. Yeah, it kind of looks like I'm looking at... Okay, I kind of do like this direction. Anyways, Poison Maniac says, yo, congrats. Yo, and congrats, Ham. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a ton. Anyways, so we got a couple crazy things to talk about. Of course, you've probably seen a little bit about Mr. Make PS great again. Dumb idea to wear that hat and say what you said on stage while introducing a BR. That was really dumb of you. Took a big dump and said no one had creativity. Then proceeded to give us a battle royale. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. But we'll get back to that part later. Right now, we're going to talk about Hazardor's tweet right here, which Jez Corden talked about it a little bit ago. Cool guy, you know, talks a lot about Xbox and stuff like that. And if you know me, I rock with Xbox, but they have been stepping on rakes like all over the place. It's like a minefield of rakes for them, and they're nailing each rake. And I'm not saying that they're not getting money. They're getting money, sure, but they're just not. It's not like the most consumer. It hasn't really been that exciting for all the consumers for Xbox. I'm just being honest. As an Xbox fan, I feel like, you know, you should probably be honest with yourself and just be like, things have been a little rocky lately, and I don't really love it. I still rock with this team, but yikes. A lot of weird news. I mean, we got some good news here, kind of. You want to call this good news? I don't know. I don't know if this is worth calling good news. This is just one of those things where it's like, thanks, but you shouldn't have did that. If I'm being honest, that's how I kind of feel about it. It's like, thanks, but you probably shouldn't have did that in the first place. You know what I mean? So, I mean, although I'm like, yo, that's nice that you guys have a cheaper, you know, you guys aren't charging us $80 anymore. Okay, cool. But it shouldn't have ever went to $80. I personally don't think it should be $70. All these people saying, you know, hey, prices need to raise a little bit. Things are more expensive to make games. We didn't ask you to spend more money. We just asked you to make a good one. I don't see what raising the price has to do with anything. On top of that, I'm getting digital games now, not physical games. It's cheaper for you to distribute these things. So I'm actually wondering why games are still as expensive as they were. Because now you're not dealing with, you're dealing with a lot less moving of physical products. So to me, it's just like, I don't know. I get wages are different, prices are different around the world. It's very expensive here in Colorado, where I'm at right now. It's very expensive to live. I completely understand some. I understand some maybe like the idea of, oh well, you know, this is raised around, you know, certain parts of the world or whatnot. You know, or prices did raise pretty much every. Keep in mind, these a lot of these studios and stuff like that will clamor about how good they did, how they're selling great. And then, like, all of a sudden, they fire people. And somehow it's like, wait a second, you just made a record on gaming. but you then fired people, and then and then people have the nerve to say support the devs when you buy a game. No, why would I? Why? I'll support my pocket first, and if you're one of my favorite game developers, then yes, I want to support you for making one of my favorite games. As for just any random game dev and stuff like that, sorry. I'm looking for a sale. I'm looking for the best way that I can get in. There's nothing that I've ever sold in my life that people didn't get more interested when there was a percentage off on it. I mean, go to your local store anywhere. Anything that has a percentage sign of usually sells more than any other products around it that don't have a sale. People sometimes switch their diet based on sale. So like I don't want to hear that, oh, we should be paying full price for stuff. And then on top of it, they have the thought process of raising the prices on games when it's just like, no, you should just make a really good game that sells a lot. I know that's hard to do, but what's even harder is making a horrible game and having to try to recover. Or making people become essentially test subjects. So we're beta testing games that we paid for. Big problem. And meanwhile, while sometimes that happens, you're then trying to raise the price while asking us to beta test certain games. How many games have came out that were just absolutely just perfect? Very rare. Very rare stuff when that. Shout out to you guys. Poison Maniac says, yeah, don't say anything political. Completely shot themselves in the foot for no reason. Absolutely. Like seriously. Let me go back to this comment. Absolutely shot themselves in the foot for no reason. What was the good gonna come out of raising the price another $10? Keep in mind, in the same generation. You're trying to follow Nintendo, but you're not Nintendo. You're not. It feels like you're like stunning your growth as you're growing. Nintendo, by the way, they're over. Deciding to be overpriced because somebody else is overpriced is not a good idea, especially when customers can see right through the BS. Especially when we get much better products for $30 to $40 cheaper. Whether it's a single player game or a multiplayer game. Seriously, $30 to $40 cheaper. A game that's probably that should probably win Game of the Year this year. Third year was $50. $30 cheaper than this so-called premium tier pricing that some of these games are looking for. Outer Worlds, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Big Microsoft fan here. Xbox did not back down because, oh man, they care about their fan. They backed down because sales were looking a little spooky for the Outer World 2. had to have. It had to have been looking. I mean, first of all, I mean, there is no first of all, or second of all, or third of all. It's just stupid. I mean, now everyone's questioning and now everyone's gonna question the confidence behind Outer Worlds 2 now, right? Because Nintendo just let Mario Kart just fall on into that and just do that because they're arrogant, Nintendo, and they're willing to just, they're willing to stick their chest out at you and dare that you say something about it. Because they know most people won't. Most people will just roll over for Nintendo. But as for Xbox, on the other hand, people won't just roll over, including myself. Like, this is ridiculous. I thought $70 was ridiculous. Remember, they had an announcement for Xbox that says we don't need to raise the prices of our game. And then, like 6 months later, they raised the prices of their game. And their first one that did it was Redfall. Redfall, of all games. And then it was Starfield, yada, yada, yada. It's crazy. Meanwhile, the best-selling game this year for PlayStation is an older game for Xbox, and that's not even a diss on PlayStation. It's just like, thinking about that, you dropped such quality with Forza Horizon 5, Xbox, that's what I'm talking to with this, that you decided to up the price. Two years later, on a game that wasn't even finished. Broken. Not coming out to the promise that was made for. Yeah, 4K 60. We remember that. Or at least 60 FPS is what it was off. Redfall was supposed to be 60 FPS at launch. It is a $70 game at launch, but it wasn't 60 FPS. That was wild. And then they're like, hold on. A couple years later, they're like, hey, how about $80? What are we doing, you guys? And now they're like, oh, no. That was an accident. Xbox, what the hell, bro? What the hell are you guys doing in there? What's going on in the coach's room right now? What is going on? I mean, like I said, $70 is still too expensive. Let's click on and see what Hasbro all said. So he says Xbox Outer Worlds 2 along with other majority holiday releases, so other games as well. So it's not just Outer Worlds 2 that's backing down on this $80 idea. It's along with other major holiday releases. So your Call of Duty and stuff like that. $70. And they say here, quote, we're focused on bringing players incredible worlds to explore and will keep our full price holiday releases, including the Outer Worlds 2 at $69.99, in line with current market conditions. Let's see what Jez actually said about it. I want to read his article. Let's go to his article. All right, we're probably gonna get bombarded by some ads or something because like, oh, it's not too bad. So hopefully, I mean, it hasn't loaded in all the way. I don't think. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Get out of here. All right, so it says Microsoft concedes, which is a perfect way to put this. Concedes is right because they did not do this for us. They did this for themselves because they were not selling as much as they want. I'm assuming, and I'm also assuming that this kind of spoiled with some spoiled milk in the cereal a little bit, and they really complain. And I'm not saying like your normal game or whatnot. I'm talking about like top streamers and stuff like that. People that do move the needle for this kind of stuff that a lot of people will pay attention to, right? Like your Asmon Gold and stuff like that. Like people like that. We're probably looking at that and being like, "Yo, what is this?" No one's buying it at that price. You're asking people to sell the 7C. Anyways, it says Microsoft concedes that the Outer Worlds 2 retail price was too high. Xbox says it will keep our full price holiday releases at $69.99 with refunds incoming. So they are refunding the people that overspent on this game that were willing to just let it happen. They are refunding some people that, which is good. All right, so it says Xbox controversially raised the base price of its mainline game to $80 in announcement a few weeks ago. Now seems to be backtracking. Good, I say. Jez goes on to say 3 things in life are inevitable: death, taxes. A few weeks ago, Microsoft announced the base price of its Xbox games at retail would hit, frankly, staggering $80, unpinning what it has been an increasingly tough year for consumers and businesses alike with regard to spiraling costs. Whether it's supply chains being impacted by arbitrary trade wars or sticky inflation from COVID quantitative easing, the market has been relatively unstable for the past few years for a variety of reasons. In response, various businesses have put up their prices to varying degrees. Microsoft and Sony both raised their price of their Xbox and PlayStation hardware bundles over the past couple of years for a short while. It looked like the industry was poised to raise the base price of their mainline games to $80. It started with Nintendo's Mario Kart World hitting $80 at retail, and then back and forth over whether Borderlands 4 would hit $80 as well. It ended up being $7. It says announced games across Xbox social channels. Microsoft and Obsidian revealed that Outer World 2 will no longer be $80, which it should have never been. It's so dumb. Like I still don't get it. Like what I seen in that game doesn't warrant another $10 upgrade. The game looked fun. It looked good. It looked like something I'd want to play. It more than likely looks like a game I'm playing Game Pass. So for those people, especially since now they're selling it that, you know, PlayStation can have it, PC, whatever, right? Why would you make it harder for people to want to buy your product if you're going to introduce yourself? If you're going to go and try to take a market of people Why would you come out like that? Like, why would you even roll this out like this? You just got into a new ecosystem that is PlayStation. You just started selling your games over there. Why would you then sour people on the system that you just became a new vendor? Even thinking outside of just Xbox fandom, just business thinking. Like, why would you do that? You just got somewhere, just got comfortable. People just started buying your stuff, seeing the worth within you. And you immediately say, yeah, no, that's insane. The people, I mean, Sony themselves are having trouble selling some of their own games, some from time to time, depending on the game. So why would you think you, as a third party, could come in and surprise all of a sudden? I mean, it felt so Ubisoft of them to do something. Oh wow, Matt! I thought I heard an echo for a second. I was like, "Ooh, what was that?"
Minutes ago.
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. I've, I've been running the show for a little bit. Just getting you set up real quick, but like, so I've been here. Unfortunately, I've been ignoring the hell out of the chat. I've just been ranting and raving just because I'm sure you've seen the news about Outer Worlds
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
How they lowered the price. My Twitter on my Twitter, I retweeted Hasbro's tweet about him saying that they've redacted essentially the $80 idea.
Yeah.
And in my quote tweet, I put, and I mean, like, yeah, in my quote tweet, I put, this is still too expensive. $70 is still too expensive, like, for games. And like, in my opinion, I've yet to see anybody, and I'm not even here to hate it, the Outer Worlds. I'm just waiting for an explanation as to why this stuff needed to even be raised to 70. I'm still waiting on that explanation.
It's an explanation I don't think we'll ever get because they'll never come out and say, we want more money. We just want more money. Because that's the explanation. That's the exact reason why they put it. Because we felt like charging more, and we tried it, and people said okay, and so we went with it. It's
We'll see. They're misconstruing that, in my opinion. People said okay. The sports games doing.
Sure.
Nobody said okay. Anybody else doing?
Sure. I
Some
mean,
games sold more than others at $70.
Yeah.
But nothing sold like Elden Ring.
No. Well, that's kind of I've made that point before of like, I've played some fucking really great games this generation.
Maybe Black Myth might be a rare occurrence.
Yeah. I played a couple great games that were $70, but I think the games that were 60, and how this year you're looking at games that are like 30, 40, $50. But like, on the whole, over the whole generation, a lot of games that have been 60, like, I mean, even last generation, we can go back to last generation. Has anything come close? And you know I'm fucking hyped for Outer Worlds. But like, let's not kid ourselves. Has anything come close this generation at 70, let alone the fact that they were going to do 80, to Red Dead 2?
There hasn't been a game that's been $70 that's been worth it so far. And I love Starfield. But no,
I love Starfield.
I loved
did like
Starfield, but it wasn't worth $70.
sure, yeah. There's I don't know why. I mean, I guess I kind of explained it, but it's like it's silly to me that especially this year where $70 games. I mean, a lot of the games I've got, Ready or Not, me and you've been playing the hell out of Ready or Not. That's a $50 game.
$50.
$50.
Clear
I
Obscure's
mean,
$50. Helldiver's $40.
yeah, Helldiver's coming later this or next
Helldiver's
month.
released at $40
Yeah,
or 50,
and it's coming to
40 or
Xbox
50.
at $40. And like, uh, you look at RoboCop was $30. I like, and that was even cheaper because if you got that on Xbox, it was on sale. It might have been on sale on PlayStation also, but it was on sale like when it launched for like $26. So like, you look at it this year especially, it's like, dude, $70 for a game. Like, this whole situation, I'm happy they reduced it down to 70. It should have never been 80. $80 was fucking ridiculous. Especially, again, I'm hyped for Outer Worlds 2. I can't wait to play it. But for Outer Worlds 2, to have Obsidian be the one to fall on the sword for you, hey, we're going to do $80 games, and Obsidian's the first one. Remember what they did with Arcane? We're going to do $70 games.
Yeah, I just got
Arcane's-
done talking about that. I was like, what are we doing? You guys and the way I brought that up was, I was just like, dude, you guys just raked on PlayStation with Horizon 5.
Mm-hmm.
Raked. That game was $60 in 2021. Yeah. That game was $60. You guys released your first $70 game as Redfall.
Yeah.
How embarrassing.
And it killed the studio. I just, it doesn't make sense to me the way things are priced, and especially because of Microsoft's messaging of like of the whole thing around Game Pass. We're like, hey, we're gonna have games that are smaller. You look at a game like South of Midnight, priced pretty appropriately for what it is. Meanwhile, a couple months later, in the same year, they're like Outer Worlds 2 at $80. How did you guys make that jump? I don't understand how you made that jump. And then to like flip it back to now it's $70, guys. Don't worry, it's $70. It's like, bro, no disrespect to Obsidian. I love them. I'll say the same thing about Avowed. I love the Avowed. Avowed should have been probably 60.
Avowed should have been 50.
That's even better. Avowed should have been
50. Avowed should not be more than Clair Obscure. Clair Obscure just created the new. To me, Clair Obscure just created the new boundary line.
That's completely fair. I look at Outer Worlds 2. It seems to be in every way a massive improvement from the first game, but like realistically, that shouldn't be $70, let alone 80. So, like I said, it's cool that you brought it down, but really, I'm kind of in agreement with you. For most people, they're going to look at the Outer Worlds 2 at $70 and be like, that's still kind of...
Still too much.
That's still kind of pricey right there. I've even seen it on Wario's post. He posted on... I was scrolling through Blue Sky, and like a couple of the comments underneath it were like, yeah, that's cool and all, but that's still too much.
It is. That didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That didn't do anything. You still yet to tell me why you changed it to $70. And see, I'm not the only person feeling this way. The entire anybody that looks at their wallet before making a purchase has thought this way.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do here? Like you know what? If I'm buying, I mean, it's just like now when you go to like McDonald's, whatnot, right? You get that double cheeseburger. You're like, how is this $5 fucking? I remember when this is $1. What'd you do to it? What did you do to it? And they're like, nothing. No, I'm not getting it unless I get a free one.
Yeah.
You put yourself in that situation. You already gave me a bargain before. Now you're trying to rip me off.
Yeah. I see Fuzzy Tomato in chat. No new IP should be $70. Talking specifically about Avowed. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. You like, and here's the thing. Here's the thing I see people saying, Fuzzy Tomato, is, well, Avowed's not a new IP because it's part of the Pillars of Eternity universe. Then slap the fucking Pillars of Eternity name on it. And here's the thing, even if you did that, most people aren't privy to Pillars of Eternity. It sold a couple million copies over the course of what, more than a half decade at this point. It came out like 20, like after 2015 sometime. So it sold a couple million copies since then. Most people aren't going to see the Pillars of Eternity name and be like, oh, I need to play that. So even in that scenario, that game
They're
should not
selling
be
to the
$70.
genre at that point. They're not the fans are secondary.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of with you because I don't see why. I've yet to have it explained to me why certain games need to be $70. Of all the games that me and you both have bought at $70 over this generation,
I haven't found one I've been proud of.
One that sticks out to me specifically, and I know it does to you as well. Remember Tiny Tina's?
You're trying to trigger me right now.
I mean, Tiny Tina's.
This man's trying to trigger me right now.
Bro, I was really excited for Tiny Tina's, so much so to the point that I talked most of our friend group into it, and the only one that actually liked that game was Mike.
Right.
Me, I didn't like it. You didn't like it. I think Vinny might have got it. Vinny said it. But, like, it's $70 that I'm not. That's just $70 gone. It's just gone for me. And there's no explanation as to why that was 70, but Borderlands 3 was 60. Like, was it a bigger, better game than Borderlands 3? Not from what I've played. Not at all. Like, I just don't understand. There's got to be some sort, if you're going to charge people more money than they're used to being charged, there should be something in place where you have to be like, hey, this is why that's happening. And it can't just be some bullshit excuse of like, and we just want more money, because that's really what it is. But it has to be some sort of explanation as to why this is the way it is. Is it costing you way too much to be making these games? And if that's the case, maybe make some smaller games. If that's really the case, if it really honestly is, hey, the cost to make games is ridiculous, make smaller games. People do it all the time, and you mentioned Claire Obscure. That's going to be up for Game of the Year. It might even win it, honestly. That's going to be up for Game of the Year, and it's a $50 game, and people love it. It offers a lot more to them than a lot of $70 games. So why are you charging me that much?
A great point, Seawolf. Mafia's $50. The new one.
Yeah, Mafia's 50.
One of the best games, probably, one of the best games, if not the most highlighted game this generation. Cyberpunk, 60.
Yeah, $60. One of the most culturally impactful games of maybe the last decade. Cyberpunk.
That and Elden Ring.
Yeah, that and Elden Ring. I don't know. And then we sit here on the podcast every week and talk about, like, you know, GTA is probably going to be like 80, probably more. And, like, I'm trying to think of anyone else who could do that, and I would be like, oh, that makes total sense.
I don't think there's anybody else that can do that properly.
Yeah.
And make very unbelievable sales. Absolutely not.
Yes. And that's why I look at this, like, I'm like, okay, pat yourself on the back, I guess, for backpedaling on the price, but we're still for a lot of for many people, you're still overpriced, quite frankly. And also, like, what were you thinking in the first place with going to $80? Because it's not just Outer Worlds. They're like, hey, everything we have for the holiday is back to 70. I bet you money they're not going to go back to 80. At least not for a while. That's not going to happen for a while. They're not going to say at the end of this year it's all 70, and the next year we're going to kick it into gear and it's all 80. I bet you that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Because, dude, you know what happened? They made that $80 and they saw the pre-orders and they're like, oh,
That's exactly what I said.
Maybe they're not ready for this. Maybe we shouldn't do this. And they just reverted it back to 70. That has to be what happened.
All right. Well, I think I spoke my point on that enough. I'm ready to get into the nasty. You ready to get into the nasty?
What's that? Yeah.
I need an explanation for what this is. I need a deep dive.
What is the review? What is the who reviewed this?
The con is that it's Gunnar.
Who reviewed this?
The con is that it's Gunnar.
Yeah, but who reviewed? Who said that?
I
is this
don't
a
know.
website?
I don't know. Fratanga just says this a real review, and I'm just gonna assume it is.
Oh, damn!
It says Gunnar approved.
A con is that it's Gunnar approved. Why is
the con?
Here's the thing. I mean, first of all, that's dumb. That's dumb. First of all, let's just go ahead and say that that's a dumb thing to say right there. Second of all, I've never watched a trailer for Wu Chang. Maybe I've not seen the right trailers. I've not seen.
Oh, it says Xbox Era in the corner.
Oh wow, that's pretty funny, honestly. But yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb. But I've never seen a trailer, and again, maybe I've been watching the wrong trailers of Wu Chang, where I'm like, fuck, that's so hot. I've not seen that yet in a trailer for Wu Chang.
We're gonna deep dive it right now and find out for ourselves.
Sure, let's do it.
We might become a couple of goons.
Certified Gooners? Oh yeah.
Certified Gooners, yes, I think so. Okay, so
yeah, that doesn't.
It is a great time to be a fan of Souls-likes. Between the fantastic The First Berserker Kazan earlier,
I don't really think you're giving.
I'm just saying, if that's the first thing I saw, if that's that doesn't make me ready to goon, bud. That does not.
It's not certified goonable for you.
No, not that. Completely covered up woman. Does I mean?
Now, you're about to say something terrific, aren't you?
I don't know. I might have to.
The excellent Lies of P Overture DLC last month, and the multiplayer co-op focused Elden Ring Night Rain, we have been eating well in 2025. And you can add Wu Chang Fallen Feathers as yet another course in that meal. This debut game from developer...
The way she twerks it when she twists that blade?
I'm not seeing it, buddy. Fuzzy Tomato and Rachie in the chat say, the studio's talking about going back and adding more quote-unquote gooner stuff, whatever that means, after the reception that Stellar Blade got. Wu Chang became more risque because of the success of Stellar Blade, Richie says. I don't know.
They did, though. If you look at the old template of Wu Chang, and you look at the newer one, it's not that it's like a ton more nasty, but it's just like they're trying to show her off a little.
Okay. I mean, hey. Well, let's keep watching, because I haven't seen it yet.
Lean Z Games impressed me from the start with its exciting, fast-paced, and dynamic combat. It also has one of the best skill trees in the genre, along with intricate and interconnected level design that guides us through gorgeous vistas and grotesque sights in equal measure. That said, its difficulty is all over the place, with truly
already
wild
tell.
dips and
I
spikes
can
that go
already tell. You're gonna get an update that's just absolutely gooning in some of these suits.
Gonna look like First Descendant.
Yeah. She's gonna look like she's made of rubber, and you might need one yourself.
from a relative walk in the park to, oh my god, when is it my turn to attack levels of aggression in some of its later bosses. So while I'm left with a little bit
Very
of whiplash after beating it, it's still an easy and strong recommendation for anyone who's hungry for more.
只做离客，故梦皆不舍，世人中听错。
You guys can do
In
that.
typical Souls-like fashion, Wuchang
Yeah.
expects you to do the heavy lifting when it comes to piecing together its story and lore, but it's not handled quite as elegantly as a FromSoft game or something like Lies of P.
I mean,
I was actually on board
I
for
wouldn't
the
expect this game to be handled extremely delicate avenue at all. I've yet to see any game like this with good writing.
Like the thing people love to do is like these games have great stories, and the thing is, it's hidden behind tons of things you have to find. Like people in Elden Ring, like if you actually understood the story in Elden Ring, you actually really good. It's like, dude, I don't care. I really don't care. First of all, like I'm not gonna read like how much dialogue was in that game. Not saying it needs to be filled with dialogue. If that's not their thing, that's not their thing. You can do environmental storytelling and all sorts of other shit. But like, really, is the story that good in Elden Ring? Because if it was, then I'd have gone out of my way to like seek it. I'd have seen something made me go out of my way. There was nothing there for me. People like to do that. People like you just don't get it. You're not invested enough. No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
If your story isn't very revealing, it's not that appealing.
Yeah.
It's just like to me, it's that simple. I feel like people like they fall in love with something, and then they have a higher level of understanding for something, which is maybe good, but I feel like some of the genius that's within a lot of things is making many people understand the same thing while keeping it interesting.
Yeah.
And
100%.
I think it's fine if you give somebody a story where it has multiple different meanings depending on what you know internally think. But as long as you get to the point where you're getting people to even think about it and care, I think that's enough. If you're getting people
Yeah.
to think about and care, that's enough. As good as Elden Ring was, I could give a rat's ass about that story.
Yeah, I don't
care.
About the story.
I don't care about the story. I couldn't tell you really anything about anything in that game other than some of the names of the bosses that I beat.
Yeah.
The exhilarating part of the game was the combat.
Yeah. Beating a boss.
That was it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all it needs to be. Mario is the same thing. When I was growing up as a little kid, Mario, the exhilarating part was getting from one end of the level to the other.
And to prove your point, think about this. Remember that year Elden Ring came out? God of War came out. What has a better story between Elden Ring and God of War? It's God of War.
Oh, easily. Without a doubt.
But what do most people unanimously agree is the game of the year that year? Elden Ring. Because they did what they needed to do with that game is exactly what they did.
Well, that's because people are looking for video games, not movies.
Yeah.
Movies are cool. Movie games are great. They're in fact, Clair Obscur is a movie game.
Yeah.
It just so happens to be one of the best, if not the best game out right now, because it mixed the actual gameplay of the game really well with the story. It had stuff that people have done but not have highlighted well enough for people to care about. People thought it was new. The whole parrying system and everything like that. I thought it was new. I thought that's never been brought into gaming, but apparently it has. And I'm like,
Yeah, I've
well,
never.
whatever did it before didn't do good enough.
Yeah, I've never played a game, that style of game with that mechanic. So I couldn't tell you.
You can make a good movie game, but still even at this point, gameplay will still trump the movie game.
Yeah.
Because if Donkey Kong ends up winning the game of the year this year, people are going to say it's because of the gameplay.
But oh, for sure. Absolutely is. There's no
Oh,
other.
Clear Obscure is 100% a movie game to me, Fuzzy Tomato. I'm sorry. It is. The whole story is portrayed like a movie. It just is, in my opinion. I mean, we can have different opinions, but it's a movie. It's a movie.
Intriguing opening, which shows our titular, mostly silent hero awaken in a cave to discover that she has a disease that robs those afflicted of their memories and gradually turns them into hideous monsters. What starts as a personal journey to discover who she is and cure her affliction before she mutates into a nasty bird beast turns into a descent into dark fantasy as the mysteries of the disease, known as the feathering, start to come to light and you do battle with those transfigured by its effects. That was a good start, but by the end of its 45-hour campaign, I'd lost track of the many characters that pop up, say a few lines of dialogue, and then disappear for 10 or so hours until they pop up again in a completely new location. People kept on referencing names I had never heard of before, making it really hard for me to follow the conversation. Lore fiends who enjoy digging into weapon and item descriptions for clues might get more out of the story than I did, but playing through it the same way I have many other games meant its big revelations largely fell flat.
Keep in mind that I shall hound you to the very gates of hell if you disrupt my plans.
Combat, though, had the flexibility and depth to carry me through to the end in style, with a ton of different offensive and defensive options at my disposal at all times. Where Wuchang sets itself apart from others that use the familiar style of stamina-fueled light and heavy attacks to get you from checkpoint to checkpoint is its huge focus on combining the skills and abilities that are tied to your weapons with discipline skills you unlock on the absolutely massive skill tree. For instance, equipping the sword parry discipline skill while using the Flamebringer longsword weapon will let you build up the burn status ailment with its infernal firebrand weapon skill, while also giving you a defensive counter option on top of that. Or you could pair that same weapon with something like Crescent Moon, which still gives you that same burn buildup ability, but also allows you to get in and then...
I'm not feeling the Gooner part. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I'm not at all. I tried. I really did. I'm not feeling the Gooner part at all. And honestly, I just feel like I'm watching my old character from Wolong.
Oh yeah.
Because remember, I made a female character in that game.
Yeah.
Get out to avoid counterattacks altogether while still being able to build Skybound Might with its built-in evade. You can swap between two weapons mid-fight or even mid-combo, which...
Totally different person, too.
Like, I mean, listen, if they said what they said, then hey, they said what they said. But what they said is not reflected in what I'm looking at here at the moment.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and just give that a thumbs down on the Gooner side. All right, so I want to move on to the next thing. So yeah, okay. So I want to go back to what Fuzzy's saying because I do want to answer this. I don't want to leave him hanging. He says it has super cinematic cutscenes. Is Diablo 4 a movie game? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Let's do it.
Is Diablo 4 is any game with cutscenes a movie game?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so either. I think the games, in my opinion, where it kind of feels like it stops when the story kind of stops. I feel like those are kind of movie.
Yeah, like when I play Diablo, the cutscenes are like a little extra bonus, but it's something that is
It's far
ultimately
and few in between.
Yes, it's also something that's keeping me away from the reason I play the game, which is the gameplay. Versus, like, there are some games, like, I know if you were to ask Loke, Last of Us, I bet you if Loke played Last of Us Part 2, he'd be like, okay, when am I going
It's
to
a
get to
movie
the
game,
next cutscene?
easily.
Yeah, when am I getting to the next cutscene? Oh, God, I got to do all this bullshit to get to the next part of the story. Like, whenever I feel that in a game, and there were parts in Ragnarok, I mean, we mentioned Ragnarok earlier. There were some parts in Ragnarok towards the end. It picked up really well at the end, but like from the middle point to about 75% of the way through the game, I was just like, okay, this isn't. Let me just get me to the next part of the story. Get me to the next part of the story and let's finish this up. And if a game makes me feel that way, in my opinion, it's a movie game. That's a movie game to me.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I land. Just like if it feels like I kind of ran out of see Claire Obscure, like I said, the game has amazing gameplay. And that's why I think it'll win. Because if it was all story, it would have won like best story, baby. But I think all around that game kind of nailed it. And even going to like damn near 100% the game, you're still getting like story piece on that. So it's like, it's pretty cool. As long as you play it, you'll get story pieces dang near as if you're 100%ing the game. Or at least I did. Wow. Isn't amazing. I'm not discounting that, but to me, it is easily a movie that can be turned into a movie.
Didn't they say they're already doing that?
I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought they were already working on some sort of like TV show or movie for it.
Yeah, Split Fiction, and I'm pretty sure Claire Obscure got deals for some sort of adaptation.
All right, so the next one I'm gonna kind of send to you because you did a video on it recently.
Oh,
and I want to hear your kind of thoughts about the game. Okay.
Yeah.
So, not only did Tony Hawk recently drop, but Descenders put it. All right. So, oh, Matt, can you tell me what you thought about Descenders? Because I know you did a video for it on your channel.
Descenders is pretty cool. I wasn't huge into the first one. I know a lot of people it was pretty popular, but I didn't really get into it. The second one, from what I see, it seems to be, instead of bikes, it's very snowboard focused. They also have like those what do you call them? The board, they were in like Rocket Power when I was a kid. The boards that had like the giant wheels on them that were like meant to like go down mountains, like dirt and
Oh, right,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, they got those on there as well. It's more of a board game, which is total. I'm totally fine with that because I said in my video, dude, I haven't played a snowboarding game, like a legit snowboarding game, since probably like SSX Tricky on like the original Xbox. So the fact that they have that, and I'll tell you what, I much prefer playing this to what's the one that launched in Game Pass a couple years ago. Um, I prefer this to Steep. Is I think is what it was called.
Steep, Steep,
Yeah.
or are you talking about the one for Game Pass?
No, not so. It's not Steep. It's Shredders. Shredders.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say there's Shredders, which I recently seen a for, which I thought I was like, that's really random, and I'm sure it's because of this.
Oh yeah, yeah. So this game is cool. It is in game preview. So like, I would imagine you're gonna hit some areas with bugs. Because that's just kind of part of it with game preview at this point. But it runs good. It looks pretty, I mean, fairly good for what it is. It's an indie game. It looks like an indie game, no shade, but it does. But it's fun. Like if you like snowboarding games and you're like me and you haven't played one for like a really long time, then you might actually really enjoy this. Yeah, I put Shredders up on the screen right there. There you go.
You forgot
'Cause I
the
had the
game,
same-
but you included it in your video.
I had the same thing happen to me when I was recording the video. I was like, what was the game that was in Game Pass that was just snowboarding? I couldn't remember it. And it was Shredders. So there we go.
You guys should definitely go check out Match. Matt likes games. It's great. It's great.
Thank
I
you.
had a chuckle today watching a really cool part happen.
Ready or not.
And Matt was just kind of taken aback.
I was fucking blown away. Dude, I walked in, I thought I was gonna like lead the charge, and they all just ran past me and just assaulted everyone.
Here it is right here, actually. I love it.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to go slow. These guys just charged the fucking.
Throwing in a grenade.
Just shooting people. You guys are gonna die, man. Holy fuck. What the shit?
Turn around. Don't get up. Stay here.
I was dying.
I don't know what just transpired. They just ran in here like fucking maniacs. I had complete control of that until I had absolutely no control of that.
I had complete control until I had none. That was
Until they snatched it from me, dude. They fucking ran in there and started shooting at everyone. Bro.
Yeah, me and Matt have been playing a metric.
Oh yeah.
Tell you what, like that game is really inappropriate. Like, almost want to show what happened yesterday, but I kind of don't.
Dude, I've recorded gameplay. Well, I did, and I ended up deleting it because I sat there thinking, when am I gonna put this on? Like, when am I gonna show this? Because that game is. It was the mission we were doing. Where we were getting into that drug den, and then there was like a kid in there, and I was like, I don't want to record this, quite frankly.
Oh yeah,
I'm recording it.
she is sleeping, fucking knocked out.
I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to record this. But yeah, dude, there's a lot of missions like that just, and the one we played last night had, I mean, there's some messed up stuff.
This is the most devastating mission I played in a game.
There was some. Oh yeah, that was one of the worst things. You said it last night. That was like one of the worst things you've seen in the game since No Russian, and I probably would have to agree with you on that.
It was look bad. What happened to you.
You got an F.
Got it.
There was also
man, that's just
Look at this.
tragic.
High
Oh
stress
man, and you
everywhere.
gotta
high
manage
stress.
your
Everyone's
team's
high
stress and
stress.
everything. So like, oh my god, yeah. So I got one officer who resigned straight up, and then 3 who are on leave following the previous mission. So yeah, dude, this game is this game is definitely intense. Holy.
I love it.
handle. They couldn't. They couldn't handle the pressure. It's not my fault they went in there and killed a family. I didn't do that. That was them.
Can't handle the pressure. Oh my
They, just,
god!
they all cracked like eggs under
I
the
didn't even
pressure.
show
They couldn't
anybody the
take
part.
it.
Like you guys should definitely go check out his channel. I didn't even show you the part where you just walked in and shot a civilian in the
Or I flashbanged a civilian and
You
shot.
I forgot you flashbanged him first. He's all
Oh,
and you run in there and fucking shoot him in the
dude, I thought it was a bad guy. I didn't realize until when I killed him and it said "Don't kill civilians" or whatever. I was like, "Oh shit, that was a civilian."
Dude, you were devastated for the rest of for the rest of it. I watched the whole video. You were devastated for the rest of it.
Oh, I was. That fucked me up.
You were all looking around for the evidence, and you kind of just gave up.
Because, and the thing is, what you guys don't see in that video is I recorded 3 videos before that. All that mission, each one a devastating failure. And I was like, I got as far, I forget how far I was into it when that one happened, but I was a decent amount of the way in, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm not recording this video again. That civilian's dead. That civilian is dead. And honestly, probably should have recorded it again because I lost most of my team right there. They're all on leave following high stress situation.
Well, that's not the only high stress thing that we have to talk about.
Yeah. What's that?
Okay, because we're gonna end this show with one last topic.
Sure.
We talked about it a little bit before. It's all about making FPS.
Talking about Splitgate.
Yeah, did you hear that Splitgate 2 went back to beta?
Back to beta. I saw the whole post on Steam. I wonder if I can bring that up because I remember reading it before I went to bed. I remember reading that before I went to bed last night. Man, where's it at? God, now I gotta find it. But they had a huge post on Steam.
I got it right here. Or yeah, they had a huge post on Steam. Okay, maybe
this might be part of it. This might be part of it. It looks like it's part of it, at least part of it.
If you can find the whole one,
yeah,
that would be really. Because I will let you share the screen. I would love to see the whole.
I gotta figure out where I go to get the news on the games because, like, I see under what's new. I feel like it's not going to be there because I can't find it because I clicked on it last night and it's just gone now. I'll keep looking. But you have the first 3 paragraphs of it because I recognize we believe in Splitgate 2. We've heard your feedback, and so we're going back to beta. That was the first 3 parts of it. Okay, here we go. Building the Splitgate. Yeah, building the Splitgate. Right, can you
share it on the screen?
Let me see. Share screen. Okay, I'll just share my first screen here.
Done.
Yeah, building the Splitgate you deserve. To the Splitgate community. And this is what you had there on your screen. It says, "We believe in Splitgate 2. This game means everything to us. It's been our life for almost 10 years, starting in our dorm room, and we're more committed than ever to delivering the incredible experience that you deserve. We've heard your feedback and we agree with you. We launched too early. We had ambitious goals with Splitgate, and in our excitement to share it with you, we bit off more than we could chew. We rushed certain features, made some boneheaded mistakes, yeah. And most importantly, we didn't give you the polished, portal-filled mayhem that you fell in love with. So we're
Can
going
you
back to
stop real quick?
beta. Yeah.
I just want to talk about how bullshit this thing.
Yeah, there's kind of sugarcoating a little bit of
This is so much bullshit. Because like I just find it wild that they're now saying this after coming on the stage with that chest out the way it was,
Yeah.
talking about other industry veterans and how they run and do things. Meanwhile, they're saying all the same stuff that those people said.
Yeah. Backfired on them.
This
Shot
is like
themselves in the
them
foot.
picking different flowers out of different gardens of other bullshit that other studios have said in the past. And just smushing this into a statement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Matt, I'm wondering how much of this is AI generated. The
That's a good
statement.
question. It could all be AI. It could all be AI. It could none of it. It could half be AI. I have no idea how to even really.
It just seems so heartless a little bit. Because it's just like, it's telling you stuff that should never have been our problem in the first.
Yeah.
And it's saying it in an apologetic way that would make it seem like they're in some sort of deserving state of like like it almost sounds like a criminal asking for a lesser sentence.
Mm-hmm.
It feels very prepared like a lawyer.
So do you know like? Well, they mention it. They mention it in here. But do you know everything that's happened with this?
I know a good amount. Like I know the whole thing that happened with like them supposedly paying people to play the
Oh
game.
no, I'm talking about just like with this update.
Oh, just with the update? No,
Just
go
with,
ahead, please.
okay, because it says so we're going back to beta. We'll be heads down until early next year, rebuilding major parts of the game to capture the spirit of what made Splitgate special. That means reworking progression from the ground up, adding more portals to our maps, simplifying monetization. That sounds interesting. Refocusing on
Simplifying
classic.
monetization though, like you mean not overcharging and
Yeah, right.
doing
That's
stupid crap with it? Like that's simple. Like just the verbiage makes me angry
again.
because it's just like just come out and say what you did. Just come out and say
Exactly.
what you did.
It's all sugarcoating things. They're very loosely addressing problems with the game, but they're sugarcoating it in a way that makes it seem like it's not as bad as it was. When if it wasn't as bad as it was, they wouldn't have had to make this statement. They wouldn't have had to bring the game back to beta. But besides the point, it says refocusing on classic game modes you've been asking for and more, which we'll share soon. Now more than ever, we need your help. Okay. So we're going to skip that one and go right to this. It says rebuilding the core experience isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term commitment to give ourselves the time to build Splitgate. To build the Splitgate you deserve, we've made the incredibly difficult decision to reduce certain roles and shift our resources to focus on this rework. This is heartbreaking. These are our teammates and our friends, and they help build what we have today. They're receiving. Okay, whatever. They're quote unquote taking care of these people who have lost their jobs, which sure, that's what you kind of have to say. Hopefully, you're actually
Yeah.
doing it. Whatever. But they're
Yeah,
also
like, who cares what you say, right? What does that
exactly. Exactly. But also as a part of this, I can't find it in this thing here. I'm kind of scanning for it. But also as a part of this update, they're killing the Splitgate 1 servers because they said it cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wow. All
to
directions. Just just hold on for a second. All direction.
Yeah.
This game completely fell apart after, and we can blame it on the statement standing on the the podium and saying what you're saying, but this is so much deeper than that. That was just like the catalyst.
Yeah. It's a big one of the biggest fumbles that I mean, obviously you think of a game like Concord. Nothing quite compares to that. But like
That game never came to fruition. This
exactly
IP came to a this was like this is incredible. Like I've never seen something be so sought after. And then you don't have to make a 2, because keep in mind, in my opinion, the way that they rolled this out, they might as well just kept Splitgate 1 and just made updates.
Yeah, I agree with that. Splitgate 1 was fucking great. I mean, dude,
I don't see the reason to do a 2 when there's no story, very, very little lore. You're recreating a wheel that rolled 5.
Yeah. It's also a shame because I think Splitgate 2 as a game is phenomenal. I think
it played well. Yeah.
I think it's really, really good. But this is just a really outstanding example of exactly the things to not do when you're rolling on a game. They really
it's like
wrote
Concord played well as well.
Yeah,
felt great.
Yeah,
felt fine,
yeah,
but it had no. But the purpose behind Concord was abysmal, and the purpose behind Splitgate 2 seems pretty pointless.
Mm-hmm. It's tough because I was really excited for this game. I mean, I'll still play it every now and then, but this is like, it's one of those things where I don't know. I don't quite know. I even saw Mint Blitz made a video. I haven't watched all of it, but like the way it started was like, he kind of feels like this is the end for not just Splitgate, but possibly the studio. Because like there aren't many examples. I mean, I can't think of a single one, but of a game that came out full release and they're like, actually, we're going back to beta. We'll see you next year. I don't know of an example like that. I can't think of a time that has happened. And to have it happen for this game with all the things that people are talking about with this studio, with the head guy of the studio getting up on stage saying the shit that he said, I don't know. I don't think. Rachie says Splitgate 2 doesn't run well on Xbox One. I didn't even know Splitgate 2 was on Xbox One. But shit, like, this is just, it's a shame. It's a shame because
Ron Slushy made a great point. Multiverses.
Oh yeah,
Multiverses is the exact same. I'd say Multiverse was.
I completely forgot
what was less than this possible. And the reason I say that is because Multiverses is backed by WB.
Yeah.
WB is like, they're slipping and sliding, but at least they had a winner with Hogwarts. They completely shit the bed. They completely shit the bed with that DC game.
Oh,
I didn't remember the name of it right
now. What's it? The Gotham Knights?
No, not Gotham Knights. Other one.
Oh, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad, yeah.
Yeah, Suicide Squad.
They completely shit the bed with that. But they did great with Hogwarts.
Yeah.
and multiverses happened, yeah, but at least they have other things that they can worry about. Splitgate, that's all that studio has.
That's literally all this like, and imagine the situation they're in also, because they started the whole idea of Splitgate 2 because they got this ridiculous investment from who the fuck, I don't even know if it's ever been disclosed who it was, but somebody invested a ridiculous amount into the studio and said, hey, take what you did with the first game, make it better, build it bigger. And they said, sure thing. And that's exactly what they set out to do, and just absolutely fumbled the launch in just about every conceivable way you possibly could. And I'll say for multiverses, to compare to multiverses, me personally, I didn't give a fuck about multiverses. I give a fuck about Splitgate. So you're not wrong. This happened with multiverses, but this one hurts for me just because of how fucking excited I was for Splitgate, and just to see it in the state that it's in right now, it is disappointing, to say the least.
Like I said, this is the worst for the studio because, like I said, WB could at least come back from multiverse. They have the capital. They have the capital. They have they have the IP that people care about.
Yep. That's a little bit of a dent for them. That's a dent. This shit is like a meteor hit their ship. It's and it's gonna be like a miracle to save that thing. So I hope they can. I hope they do what they need to do, but man, it doesn't look good. It does not look good.
Ray Cheese says right here, why game studios nowadays believe they have infinite money behind them? I mean, I think they know that they don't have infinite money behind them. I think the problem is these companies think they know what's best for gamers when they forgot how to be a gamer.
That's that's the thing that bothers me a lot, is the fact that he got up on stage and said all the things. Like, I agreed with him for a lot of what he said. Like all those guys and girls who work at the studio, whatever, like, those are all people who, like, grew up playing Halo, and they loved Halo, and this, like, they want arena shooters to come back, and they want it to be a great genre again. And to just have it be like, hey, this is what we believe in and everything, and then to, like, not even a minute later on the stage be like, but instead of doing anything for that genre, what we're gonna do is a battle royale. It's like, dude, you just told all the people, you just gave so much hope to all the people who wanted to hear what you just had to say, only to just dump right on it. Like less than 30 seconds later. I don't know. Cause
just to come to find out that you're doing and having all the same issues, perpetuating the same stuff that everybody else is doing. You're perpetuating the same thing, the same issue that we have with everybody else. You're perpetuating. Whether it's firing people, adding another battle royale that seems like you're not creating anything of your own.
Yeah.
Delivering a buggy game, changing the identity of what was great once before. You're checking every box that irritates gamers.
Also, the fact of, like, if you grew up playing Halo, and I'm not going to say that he didn't, because he did, like, he's an ex-developer, he was at 343, but, like, if you grew up playing Halo, and you love arena shooters as a whole, then you should know. You should know. Like, remember when they were, like, teasing what they were doing, and everyone was like, oh, it's a campaign. You should know that people want a campaign. That's what made, and still to some degree makes Halo good, is the fact that I can get on and play a campaign, and then I can play multiplayer. I can't get on Splitgate and play a campaign and then play multiplayer. I can, however, get on and play a battle royale, which I don't want to do.
Matt, it's what made Titanfall
Amazing.
memorable, and it's what made Battlefield forgettable.
Yeah. Battlefield 2042, they do this whole
Absolutely
thing.
forgettable.
It's the biggest Battlefield we've ever made. It doesn't feel like it. It really doesn't feel like it is. I played it maybe a total in the what 3-4 years since it released. I played it maybe 6 hours across all different platforms, and I bought that game day one. Day one, I bought it, and that goes back to what we were talking about earlier: $70 games this generation. But besides the point, it's like. Uh, it's like you say all the right things and you do exactly what you do with the exact opposite of what you say. That's not good. That's just not good. Raichi, I like Splitgate 1 2 way more than Halo Infinite, but it's way inferior to the last game, Halo 5 okay. Um yeah, I don't know. It's disappointing. I hope the studio can survive this, but I just don't know. Because to your point, WB can take a hit like this. I don't know that these guys can, quite frankly. It's going to be tough.
I want developers to do what they want to do, but I
Yeah.
want them to remember what arena that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like the best way that I could put it for myself, because like it feels like they're doing what they want to do to a point, and then filling certain things with either it is cosmetics, ways to upgrade your. I mean, Ubisoft just got done talking about freaking paying for to upgrade your character can make the game more fun. That's insane.
Yeah, which is one of the dumbest things they've ever said, which is saying
No,
quite a bit.
that doesn't make the game more fun. That's what easy modes are for.
Yeah.
That's what lower difficulty and accessibility settings. Not paying to do that. I've never bought a game and said, "Man, I want to pay to beat this."
Never. It's not happening. I like so Ron Slushes says Microsoft needs to buy Splitgate and make a Halo. I'll tell you what, as much as I like Xbox, Microsoft needs to not buy shit. They need to not buy
Microsoft
a
needs
damn
to
thing.
figure out what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, they need to not worry about buying a goddamn thing.
Right now,
Especially a struggling developer.
I mean, yeah. But
See that.
I mean, right now they can't even they can't even figure out prices for their item.
Yeah.
They have yet to come out with an item this year that was priced correctly, or priced in a way that made me want to buy it day one. I don't think there's anything
Yeah.
other than Game Pass. Game Pass has been doing everything that it needs to do for me. But like, as for a consumer, I'm looking for something to. I'm always looking for something to. I guess actually, the fairest thing that they priced lately is this thing.
Oh yeah.
It's a headset,
Yeah.
and it's partially not even theirs.
Yeah.
But as for the leaks that came out for the handheld, that's not very appealing.
Oh yeah, true.
That's not very
Not
appealing at all. Like I understand that's the prices of that item, but like I said earlier, remember what stadium.
Yeah.
This headset is the because Poison Maniacs asked, is the Meta Quest Xbox headset. This thing made sense in price. This is $400. The S one is $300, and you're like, well, why is this one worth it? Well, I mean, technically, when it comes with the controller and this extra head strap that Matt doesn't have with his, that was cheaper, which is like a $70 extra piece. It kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. Like all that bundled in together makes sense for that.
Also 3 months at Game Pass Ultimate, which is nice.
Yeah, that too. But like this head strap thing, I didn't have on my Quest 2. This is a big deal. It's very nice in comparison to the elastic strap.
I
Much
agree
more
with you,
comfortable
Fuzzy
to keep.
Tomato. Fuzzy Tomato says they got South of Midnight and Oblivion price right. They did.
You know what? I take that
can give
back.
them
You're right.
I can give them that.
Those are exceptionally priced.
Yes.
And Oblivion killed it in sales.
Oblivion sold fucking bonkers, apparently.
Yeah. And some of them people still got laid off.
Yeah, which is just I saw that story.
That's why I'm
and
saying
I
none
was
of
like,
this stuff
Jesus.
matters. All this stuff, putting it on the customer, none of that matters.
Oh, dude, it's never the customer. It's all as long as a company has shareholders, it is never the customer's problem. It's never been the customer's problem. Like me and you like Xbox. Anything Xbox does not hinge on what we say on this show or what anyone says on this show, no matter how big or small of a content creator you are or a publicist. Doesn't matter if Jason Schreier comes out and writes something on Xbox. He does not determine what happens at Xbox. Who determines that is shareholders. That's just the way it is, and that's just not Xbox. That's any company that's publicly traded. It's shareholders.
Yeah. Super unfortunate.
It is.
Ah. Yeah, Poison Maniac says he might look into that. It's a limited edition thing. That's kind of why it's limited edition. I thought it was kind of cool. Raichi says the regular Meta 3S is $100 off right now. Which, if it is, that's a really freaking good deal.
And I missed it, Raichi. I got a 3S like 2 days. No, like 3 days before it went on sale for Prime Day. This earlier this month, and on Prime Day it was $50 off, and now you're saying it's $100 off. That's $100 off, and you're like even remotely interested in a VR headset. Do it. Get it. Like,
I don't see. I don't see. I see it for 250 right now. I don't see it for no 200.
yeah, if that shit was 200, then I mean, even
See
at
it for no
250,
200.
if you're someone, because I've always been the kind of person who was like, I want to get a VR headset one day, and every time I go to get it, I always talk myself out of it. Like, oh, I don't have enough room to use it. How, am I really going to use it? Am I actually going to play games on it, or is it going to be cool for like a week and then I just never use it again? I always talk myself out of it, and this was the time where I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna get it. If I don't use it, if I use it for a week and never use it again, then I know it's not for me. But I got it, and bro, Ham knows I've been on that shit. It's been a problem. It's been an issue for me. I've been in it. I've been living in virtual reality for like a month.
Yeah, I'd really like to get back on mine, but our AC went out, so I'm not
Oh,
doing
it's
that.
hot as shit. I can imagine. Yeah,
I'm not doing that to myself.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I've been looking at it like, man, I'd like to get back on it, but like, first of all, wearing the headset's hot. Second, the second part, I gotta sit in front of my PC and then run a game on it.
Yeah, that's even more hot.
So I'm all set.
Yeah.
With the air condition. Like right now, I got a fan. I got a fan behind me and a fan in front of me.
Bet.
Gotta stay cool. This shit stinks.
You're
Luckily,
not.
I
Well,
don't,
I
man.
guess the good news is at least you're not back where you used to live, because I think back that way there's a heat wave. I know we're kind of in a heat wave right now, also. So I
Yeah,
guess that's good news.
it's not even that bad outside today. It's only like 80 degrees.
Yeah.
It was 90 a couple days ago. And here on Saturday it's gonna be 92, and then on Sunday it's gonna be 95. So like
Ooh.
it needs to
Yuck,
get fixed like ASAP.
Yeah, that's the
It should
problem.
be fixed by then, but like I'm just saying, like that not great.
Hot as shit. Yeah, dude.
I will go somewhere those days.
I don't blame you.
But anyways, I'm ready to get up out of here. Thanks everybody for
Yeah.
kicking it with us and whatnot. Matt, I know you're late, but still let everybody know where they can find you.
You can find me on YouTube under Matt Likes Games, videos there every week, podcasts every week. Tonight is the two-player podcast with myself and Ham Solo. That's 8 p.m. Eastern, so in 2 hours over there on the channel. You can also find me there Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern for the L3R3 podcast with myself, Hard Days Mike, and It's Me Twan. And then Fridays, you can find me here for bullsitting, 4 p.m. Eastern, on this channel.
That's what's up. That's where you can find Matt and Ty. I see in here, and I see what you just said. You said the Xbox pricing changing is just pure incompetence. These guys are the biggest jokers ever. Like everyone, there should be embarrassed with the amateurs level of this, and I agree with you. It should be embarrassed. It should 100% be embarrassed. What they did was stupid. And this is the way I put it earlier. You just introduced yourself to a new ecosystem. That is right. You just did that. You decided, hey, we need to sell other places as well. Why would you taint that pawn? You just said, hey, we're expanding and being more places. The game's already going to be in Game Pass for Xbox players that decide to involve themselves with Game Pass, like myself. That's how I'm going to. But like, your whole purpose for expanding was to make more money and have further options. Why would you then continue to shit where you're eating? Why would you do that? That is embarrassing. I understand Nintendo did what they did with Mario Kart, but that's Nintendo. You're still trying to figure out things for yourself. Nintendo's always going to do different weird stuff that doesn't quite make sense for others. Don't do that. And plus, you have a PC platform that you're supposed to be moving towards. Upping the price for games is the opposite of what any PC player wants.
And they made that shit known, too. If you saw anything about Outer Worlds 2, whether you were watching the trailer, the deep dive they did after the showcase, you went to YouTube and watched it all, so many of the comments were like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm not spending $80. Yeah, that's cool. Fix your price. Fix your price. Like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. And like I said earlier, and you said it before I got here, is there's no way that this wasn't Microsoft saw the pre-orders and was like, yeah, maybe we fucked up. Maybe we overstepped things a little bit. And like, hey guys, it's $70 now. You're welcome. It's like, first of all, that should have been the high price to begin with. We should be going backwards from that. But I digress. It is what it is. This is a situation we're in. But it's one. It just it does make sense. It does make sense. I'm annoyed that they made Obsidian. They knighted Obsidian as the team that was going to fall on the sword for this. I'm glad that they reversed course and they didn't make them fall on the sword, but still not good. Just not good.
No, with your most performing studio right.
Exactly.
It's just a slap in the face, not just to the customers, but to yourself and Obsidian.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it's a studio that could honestly do no wrong for Microsoft. They're like, "Hey, how about we make them do some wrong?" And then everybody was like, "Well, we don't like that." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, our bad. Sorry. Our fault. You're right." Okay.
I don't appreciate them pretending like, oh yeah, you got us. Like it's just, I'm so tired of that.
Yeah. It's goofy. Doesn't make any
It
sense.
is, it's goofy, and it's just like this industry right now is just looking real goofy on all sorts of different sides. Whether you're a platform or a freaking, or just like a publisher. Like I don't understand what's going on with any of these companies right now. Ubisoft out here saying the craziest stuff about microtransactions, moving around leadership that didn't do great in the past with previous stuff.
Yeah.
Splitgate right here, as you guys see right here, just saying the dumbest shit ever. The only people that are doing any good right now seems to be the people staying in their lane.
Mhm.
Ty says, nah, industry is fine. Xbox just looking goofy. Okay. That doesn't make
That's
any
not
sense.
true.
That is
That's not true, Ty.
super not true.
The industry is quite literally on fire. And Xbox, yes, you're right about Xbox. Xbox is looking goofy. But the industry as a whole, and that's not to say that we're not getting good things, because I think here's the thing. I think as bad as we talk about the industry, I think every year for the last couple of years, and this year is going to be another one, and next year is probably also going to be another one with GTA, we're like, this might be the best year for gaming. But you look at what's happening in the industry, it's like dude, companies, not just Microsoft, companies can't stop laying off people. They can't stop doing it. It's 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 rare that we go more than, what would you say, a month without hearing some ridiculous awful shit from the industry. It happens way too often, and it's not just Microsoft. Ty, it's the industry. And again, there's
You say
tons of
don't talk
success
smack
stories.
about it. Hey man, I ain't got nothing bad to
Right.
say about Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is the only thing holding the line over.
Dude, yeah, Assassin's Creed. I mean, that's their breadwinner. That is their breadwinner for sure.
I can't say that I'm not nervous for their next Far Cry though. I'm nervous for it.
I'm nervous for it because I love Far Cry, and if that fails and they end up,
Same with
and they
Ghost
just
Recon.
end up, bro, Ghost Recon.
I'm terrified after Breakpoint. That was awful.
Ghost Recon might be sketchy. I want to be excited for it, especially because they said they're going back to reportedly going
First
back to
person,
first
yeah.
person. We'll see if that maintains to be true, but I want that game to be good so bad. But I mean, to your point, with what they did with Breakpoint, I'm just like, can you guys actually do a Ghost Recon game anymore? I don't know. I don't see a correction as goofy. I see it as a fix. This is why we can say this is the best year. Well, yeah, that's to my point. Like, but also But also, is it a correction? Is it a correction? I get what you're saying when you say correction. Like, games are costing too much. Like, there needs to be something has to give at some point. I can see what you're saying. But also, to me and Ham's point just a couple minutes ago, it like at the end of the day, it's not because games are costing too much. They can say that it's because of shareholders. It's not because Phil Spencer looked at the books and said, I don't like what I'm seeing here. It's because somebody told Satya Nadella, hey, what the fuck's going on with our money? And Satya's like, oh shit, yeah, what's going on with our money? And they're like, hey, we're 9,000 people gone. Get out. Like that's how it happens. That's at Microsoft, that's at PlayStation, that's at fucking Ubisoft, that's at EA, that's at Take-Two, that's at any corporation, any publicly traded corporation. It's like to a certain extent you're right about the correction, but also it's in a lot of cases it's not a correction. It's just shareholders being greedy. They want as much money as possible. And whether a game costs 100 million or 20 million or 500 million, it doesn't matter. The cost is just too much for them because they want more of that money. That's all it is.
What just absolutely drives me insane is how little accountability Microsoft
None.
will take.
None.
And what also bothers me is how like I know we're not supposed to be pocket watching companies, stuff like that, right? But when I see somebody is just as well off as they are, I expect a certain example to be given, right?
Well, yeah.
Just like the NBA looked at Ja Morant, right? They're like, "Yo, you have the most unbelievable talent. I'm expecting you to lead a really good example for other people." And then one thing happens, and you're like, "Yo, like, you do remember who you are, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah. I remember." And then you do it again, and it's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
It's like you have so much promise. You have so much opportunity that you could really take advantage if you just took your damn time. Everyone's always in a rush to beat the previous record. And it's like, yo, like you don't understand. Sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board and you're going to take a couple L's while you're at the drawing board. So when you come back, you're way more effective. It's just a revolving door of practice. And I don't understand how somebody with as much capital and as much resources lacks the foresight. It's frustrating.
Yeah. Like, and also, it's not even really pocket watching what you're doing there because they said it. Phil Spencer said it as part of his quote when these things drop. That we know this comes at a time when we're making record profits. Why would you? First of all, why would you say that? Second of all, yeah, it does. So what the fuck gives? It's people who shouldn't have power are making calls and saying, "Hey, we need to cut spending," and Satya's listening.
If somebody says, "I know this is coming," the time when we got record profits, they're essentially telling me, "Hey, I know this is some bullshit.
Yeah, I know this. I
Show us
know
what you think
everyone's.
about it. Show us what you think about it." And we showed them. We don't like it.
Yeah, I know. None of you are gonna like this, but here we go. Here we go. That's pretty much it. Band-aid off.
All right, man.
It stinks.
And we added another 10 minutes of bitching. Goodness gracious. Anyways, yeah,
Good.
yeah. Okay. Dorian Gray says, "Stop rooting for corporations. These are publicly traded companies.
Yes.
They do."
Yep.
It's a fact. And
That's true.
of course, like we all know that. I mean, all of us know this stuff, right? But it's still like when something came up with you from your child or something, you look at it like, man, like I know I don't really got any say in this, but man, I'd like to see you win. Man, I'd like to see you do really good. And that's really all it is. At the end of the day, for me, it's just like, man, like I've enjoyed your products. I know you've enjoyed my money. Don't take advantage of me. Don't do this. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, don't take advantage of me. Don't do this because I will buy and pay for other stuff. And I've been doing that the entire time. But it's just like, don't make my first option tarnish. Don't tarnish my first option. And it kind of seems like that's what it seems like they're on a crash course to do stuff like that. It's just like tarnish after tarnish after tarnish. Much like keep believing. It just seems like the more belief I give it, the further it crashes. So it's just like I don't know. At this point, I'm just like, just put the fries in the bag.
Yeah.
Just put the fries in the bag and let me go. This has been kind of a weird year for me and my fandom of it. That's still my first place to go to buy games and stuff like that. But like it like a lot kind of goes to whatever they think to do with their next piece of hardware. It'll either be I rock with that or I just see it up and that's it.
Yeah. That's the situation a lot of people are going to find themselves in. How much do you like the next thing they do? And if you don't like it enough, you're probably going to just go to PC. I mean, that's my plan. If I don't like what they do next enough, which I mean, everything they're saying, it sounds like I would like it a lot. But again, execution.
Yeah.
If I don't like it enough, then I'll be on PC, and I'll be perfectly happy with that. But I hope they do whatever they're doing next. I hope they do it right, because I would like to see them do it right, and I would like to be there for it. So that is what I will say.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Ty though. He said stop rooting for corporations. I was rooting for corporations when they invested money in Claire Obscura's Splitgate, serves in every damn AAA game. I'm having a blast playing damn straight. Um, like exactly. And then he followed it up with the thing I was just about to say. Just don't get emotional with it. Just don't make it your personality to like care so deeply for something that you're not willing to be objective.
Yes.
I think
and
that's my biggest issue with most people that I have is it's like I don't mind that you love what you love and you game with what you game. But at what point are you gonna admit that that was foul? Or that's not cool.
Yes.
Or don't do that. The one that I mean as much as people don't like people like Jay Barry and stuff like that, I like Jay because he came out today and says and said about this PlayStation Stars program. He's like, it's officially cut November. They're cutting off PlayStation Stars program. And he said he had like 900 coin or something like that, which was worthless. And he has no way of gaining any more rewards points on it. And it's worthless. And they shouldn't do that to their customers. And I was just like, he might spit on the thing that I like a lot, but at least he's keeping it a buck about his own shit. because that's fucked up. Y'all rolled out a program for people to be able to save money or allocate their money in a way that would keep it in your, and you essentially let them get a taste of it, and then you pulled it away. And to me, that's and see, Tyler, you said Microsoft shouldn't have been. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. This is industry wide.
Exactly.
Industry wide. None of these companies are standing on any type of bid of any way, shape, or form. They're using their customers as beta. None of this they're willing to keep or going. They're just seeing if we're willing to fall for it a little. Oh, not enough traction. Okay, we're taking it away. It was never really an option.
Mm-hmm.
Or we were just teasing. We were just fooling y'all. That's why I don't like the shit.
I mean,
But anyways, let's. Oh, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and get out of here. We've been here for long enough. It's been a good time. Been here for about 2 hours. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Make sure you hit that like button before you leave here. Share this thing out. You know the drill. Yada yada. But yeah, Matt already did his outro. We'll see you guys back here. I'm assuming on Friday because you know what's going on with Loke's internet or whatnot. He's talking about how his internet's good, and then the next damn second it ain't. Oh man, I don't know. I ain't reading your last comment, Ty. You read it. I'll talk to y'all soon. Am Solo out. Peace out.
Yeah.